Salah getting laser tagged? Funniest penalty kicks in football. And wait till you see Neymar's penalty move that was so crazy that FIFA had to ban it. But first, it's the most epic penalty fail in Premier League history. Remember when Suarez and Messi did this and couldn't stop laughing? Well, here's the thing. They were also really excited that this one turned out okay. Now, the original guys that did this back in the Prem in 2005 were a total bust. Arsenal was on a high. They were defending league champions and also pretty hard to beat because they were always trying out new stuff. But in the game against Man City in 2005, they attempted to raise the bar, but ended up looking stupid. Arsenal got a pen, and Thierry Henry was supposed to take it, so he placed the ball on the spot. The only thing is, Henry and his buddy Pires had been working on something all week on the training pitch, and now they finally had the chance to execute it. They gave it a go, but the result was hilarious. An epic fail. They both had eggs on their faces, man. I mean, if you're going to fluff a penalty, at least make an attempt, man. Like my boy Alex Telles. Back when he was in Porto, Alex Telles was a dead ball specialist. He was so good, the dude was taking penalty kicks for the team. And he's a left back. In the game against Martimo, Porto got a pen. And of course, Telles stepped up to take it. But the goalie figured he could play a couple of mind games with Telles. And that's when he turned up the heat. He dared Telles to chip him if he had the balls. And Telles didn't want to go down under pressure like that. Instead, he picked a spot and whipped it. But what he didn't know was that the goalie had done him dirty. Ouch! This miss affected Telles so much that he was off to Man United the next Monday, just so he won't have to face that dude again. See guys, maybe the reason Telles didn't chip him was because he didn't want to end up like this next guy, Romario Balde. Eek, that's gotta be the worst panenka kick I've ever seen. And embarrassing too. His teammates gave him the death look. The panenka is only for OGs, man. You need a special type of finesse to pull this off. And that's where Andrea Pirlo comes in. The 2012 Euro semifinals, England versus Italy, and it was tense. The game finished 0-0, and after extra time, went straight to penalties. See, the English goalie Joe Hart is a pretty vocal guy. And just as Pirlo placed the ball down on the spot, Hart decided to take him off his mojo with a couple of mind games. But Pirlo wasn't having it, and decided to make Hart pay by doing this. Nah, if you're mugging me like that on live TV, I'm going home. If you think this is crazy, check out Zizou, man. He turned a World Cup final into a crossbar challenge. 2006, France was up against Italy. The entire world was watching. And for Zidane, this one was extra special too, because it was his last game as a pro. 15 minutes in, France got a pen. And of course, Zidane was going to take it. But with the pressure on, you surely won't be expecting him to do anything over the top, right? Well, you'd be wrong. Told you the balls on this guy are huge. Whoa, it's pretty hard to beat that. I mean, what's crazier than a panenka penalty? A no-look one. No-look passes, no-look shots, and now no-look pens? Amazing. Maybe Kramaric was kinda lucky this one went in. I mean, he'd already started celebrating before scoring too. And you almost never do that in football. This next goalie was about to find out the hard way. So the dude taking the kick hits the bar. The goalie starts celebrating in his face, then the ball spins back and goes in. Can't even script that. Penalties are intense. And if you do get one across the line, then I guess you're allowed to celebrate any way you want. Like these Kenyan dudes. When Everton came to Kenya back in 2018, they played local club Kariobangi Sharks in a friendly. And it was supposed to be a normal game. At least that's what Everton thought. But the Kariobangi Sharks players had something special planned. The game went into a shootout, and I can't even explain this one, man. Take a look.
Oh, it's in off the post. Another unusual run-up.
Definitely trying that in a local game with the guys. The ultimate house. African penalties are wild. A couple of months back, they had Salah playing laser tag with his spot kick. Salah was repping his Egyptian team when they faced Senegal in a World Cup qualifier. The match went into penalties, and it finally got to Salah's turn. But the Senegalese fans figured that it would be the right time to make Salah play a game instead. Green laser tags? Salah, you're it! He blazed over and missed the target. That was awful. But probably not as bad as Messi becoming a meme in 2015. See, Barcelona was playing Man City away in the Champions League, and minutes towards the end, the ref gave Barca a pen. Now the score was 2-1 to Barca at the time, and Messi's goal would have made it 3. But
they go at it again, and Hart saves, and Messi puts the header wide.
I mean, the penalty miss was bad, but the header after? He looked like Puss in Boots from the movie, in football boots. At least Messi and his team's entire campaign wasn't on the line, but for John Terry, he went sliding at the worst moment possible. The 2008 Champions League final, Chelsea versus Man United, and with the game going into a penalty shootout, Chelsea had the chance to win the game and sealed their first ever Champions League title when Terry went out to take the kick. And some of his teammates had already started celebrating. But that's when Terry did a Gerrard before it even became a thing. Captain slipping in the last kick? Guess JT didn't have the stuff. I mean, dudes like Van Dijk were making high-stakes penalties count by embarrassing goalies. This time, it was the Carabao Cup final of 2022. And after a goalless 180 minutes, the game went into straight spot kicks. Now, there was only one problem. None of these dudes wanted to miss, so everyone kept scoring. But the Chelsea goalie Kepa had a crazy idea. See, he wanted to put off Virgil van Dijk when it got to his turn. So instead of standing down the middle like regular goalies, he moved way down to the side and issued Van Dijk the ultimate challenge of playing his kick in that area. I ain't gonna lie, if that's me, I'm playing safe and heading to the other side. But Van Dijk wanted to teach this dude a lesson, and embarrass him too. And if you're guessing it by now, damn, Kepa went all the way to that side and still couldn't save it. Hilarious. Yo, Kepa, if you're going to do something like that, you should take notes from this dude.
Redknapp. Goodness me, have you ever seen anything like that in your life?
What was that? Rene Higuita has nothing on this guy, at all. I've seen a lot of crazy penalty incidents over the years, man. But nothing tops Neymar's insane comic move that was destroying keepers all over Brazil. See, Neymar's one of the most talented guys I've ever seen. And back in his youth days at Sao Paulo, he was full of it. The guy was dribbling for fun and leaving defenders for dead. But there was one skill Neymar had in particular that was terrorizing the league: his penalty kicks. See, Neymar didn't follow the usual technique like ballers around the world. The guy was different. The goalies couldn't help it. They always feel for that epic trick shot. Neymar's move was causing a scene all over Brazil because some other goalies in the league thought he wasn't playing fair with this one. So yeah, they pushed a motion to the league and they had it banned. Maybe this was Neymar's superpower too, because right after they banned this one, in a game for Brazil, his team got a spot kick, and Neymar had the chance to take it. But with his usual technique banned, he had to move for something else, and the dude got busted. Pretty sure Brazil won't be bothered about sending any rockets into outer space soon, man, because Neymar had this one orbiting Pluto. But he's still my homie though. The guy's already subscribed to Goal Zone, just like you're about to.